Jeremy Clarkson, Andrew Tate, Elon Musk, and now Jordan Peterson once again have taken aim at the Prime Minister and this Labour government. In today's video, we will check out the latest, as Jordan Peterson has blasted Starmer once again, whilst also going over all of the latest news from up and down the country. But first, please hit the like and subscribe button and join our fast-growing community. Prior to the election, Jordan Peterson was very vocal on what would happen under this Labour government and Prime Minister Keir Starmer. He said, "You guys, you elect a Labour government, you're going to be Venezuela for 20 years. I'm terrified it would be a catastrophe if the UK voted a Labour government. You're going to be in for rough waters if you were foolish enough to do that. But yeah, it's highly likely." Venezuela was once the richest country in South America, but suffered after decades of socialist rule. Since that interview, we have in fact appointed a Labour government, and things are starting to ring true. Jordan Peterson has since then fired shots at Starmer on multiple occasions. Peterson blasted Starmer, tweeting a post, talking about how people being arrested for posting hurty words saying, "Dear Keir Starmer, you're a bigger disaster than I even imagined. Full-on authoritarian weeks into your rule, after only your first crisis. Venezuela beckons." Following this, he, tweeted a post about Labour blocking UK people's free speech and said, "And now, the totalitarian UK Labour, under oh-so-compassionate Keir Starmer, is going to decimate the free speech legislation that governs higher education. Nothing to see here, folks, in the UK, just the disappearance of everything you hold dear." Peterson then fired another shot at the Prime Minister, saying, "The UK under the appalling, moralising, wannabe tyrant leftists, who will demolish the country as they have begun to lead by Keir Starmer." Lastly, he said, "More terrible than anyone has imagined. So far, Keir Starmer, enabler-in-chief, the fate of Venezuela awaits." It's safe to say that Peterson doesn't like the Prime Minister, and any wonder why. He is truly a disgrace. In other news, King Charles has overruled Prince William in a move to welcome Prince Andrew back into the royal family fold, according to sources. The monarch urged the Prince of Wales to drive the Duke of York to church in Scotland last month. This public appearance alongside William and Kate has been seen as a significant boost for the disgraced Duke. A royal insider revealed there had been confusion over Andrew's travel arrangements until he received a call on Sunday morning. The source said regarding Andrew's appearance with William and Kate, "It's more than he, Andrew, could have wished for." Sarah Ferguson, Andrew's ex-wife, has been staying at Balmoral with the royals, with one source describing her as the life and soul of family gatherings. The king has had multiple discussions with his brother regarding his future role, and while Andrew will not return to public duties, he will be welcomed back into the family fold. A source told the Mirror, "The king feels he has an awful lot on his in-tray, and this is one issue he wants to draw a line under." The king's decision has caused some tension within the family. Insiders suggest Prince William had absolutely no desire to be seen with his uncle in public, despite attending private functions together. "It appears he may have had his wings clipped somewhat," one insider remarked. The Duke of York is said to be encouraged by the family's support after being excluded from public events. It comes as Prince Andrew and King Charles remain at odds over the royal lodge. The king wants his brother to move out of the property and downsize to a smaller residence. However, Andrew, who signed a 75-year lease for the royal lodge in 2003, has no plans to move out. Andrew intends to honour the remaining years of his lease before passing the lease on to his children, Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie, once he has died. In other news, a 15-year-old Briton has been rushed to hospital after being involved in a horrific accident at a water park in Mallorca. The teenager was admitted to hospital yesterday after being knocked unconscious following the incident in Alcudia. Civil Guard motorcyclists reportedly drove ahead of the ambulance to ensure he got to hospital as quickly as possible. Local newspaper Crónica Balear claimed the British teenager was knocked unconscious when he went down one of the slides and hit his head. An ambulance reportedly arrived at the scene as health workers started attempting to revive the teen. A pulse was recovered, but the British boy remained unconscious. The 15-year-old was transferred to Son Espase's hospital after being stabilised. Emergency services put in a so-called green alert, which ensures patrols cut off traffic at main intersections. The measure makes it easier for the ambulance to navigate itself through traffic freely. Sources from the 061 emergency services claim the incident occurred at around 4 p.m. Staff received notice of a serious drowning in the water park at the time. An investigation has since been launched to determine the full details of the incident. The incident comes shortly after a 59-year-old suffered a cardiac arrest at the popular Playa Chica beach on Thursday. A spokesman for a regional government-run emergency response center said overnight, "A 59-year-old scuba diver has died following an incident at Playa Chica in the municipality of Tias. We started receiving calls just after 12:30 p.m. yesterday. The callers said a scuba diver who was unconscious and needed emergency medical assistance had been pulled from the water. Emergency responders discovered he was in cardiac arrest when they arrived at the scene and practiced CPR on him without obtaining positive results. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Local police and firefighters were also mobilized." Lastly, King Charles has launched a new business at his Sandringham estate, following the success of a burger bar and ice cream stall. The monarch is selling his own brand booze after unveiling a pop-up gin bar at the estate. Gin is the key ingredient to the King's supposed favourite cocktail, a dry martini. However, the bar offers only £6.50 gin and tonics made using produce grown on his Norfolk estate, reports The Sun. Punters can opt for raspberry and apple flavour, or the Celebration Gin with both drinks, served in a glass branded with the estate's name. The first, said to be full-bodied, in a notice on the bar, is made by steeping the fruit in distilled spirit. It adds, "This gin boasts the perfect balance of Norfolk apples and juicy raspberries." The second, based on Sharon fruit, is made using ingredients from Sandringham's walled garden, including myrtle grown from a cutting from the wedding bouquet at King Edward VII and Queen Alexandra's marriage in 1863. Other products in the estate shop include £6.99 raspberry and gin preserve and £14.99 gin-flavoured chocolates. King Charles's friend Count Tibor Kalnocki said on the Channel 4 documentary The Real Windsors, the outspoken heir, King Charles III, "He likes a martini before dinner, that's for sure." Royal commentator Gordon Rayner told The Telegraph, "When he travels abroad, he takes his own spirits with him to be mixed by his staff to his precise taste, while the Queen takes her own supply of red wine, usually from the Pomerol appellation of Bordeaux. While King Charles may sip a glass of wine during dinner, his martini is effectively his only drink of the day." It comes after the estate served up a new range of burgers at the 20,000-acre estate's posh restaurant, while another pop-up stall sold homemade ice cream. What are your thoughts on what we discussed in today's video? Let me know down in the comment section below. If you've not yet already, make sure you do drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for more British content. Thank you, take care, goodbye.